That's Hashem. Let's we're gonna explore yeridah tzarich aliyah in another second. Rav Tzaddok's beautiful shtickle, one of the shtickle he talks about. I forgot which sefer. It's a beautiful, beautiful idea and the most wonderful things he talks about. It says Rav Shach and Yisro. That's interesting. He says not by accident that Amalek came before matan Torah. He said you have to be yeridah tzarich aliyah. That's what I want to talk about. You have to always have, before you have an aliyah, there's always yeridah. So Rebbe Nachman actually speaks about the possibility. He's like, therefore, if you had a yeridah, you could use it as yeridah tzarich aliyah. You don't have to, like, even if you had a yeridah that wasn't so, it was like a little out of left field, you didn't really, it's not, you just fell. He said, but it can lead to an aliyah afterwards if you wanted to. It's your choice. He's like, you can, because that's the rule. You have yeridah, so you can, it's a tzarich, if you want to change it to a tzarich aliyah, you can. So the yeridah, again, not l'chatchila to say, oh, well then, hey, let's do this, and then I'll be yeridah tzarich aliyah. Chas v'shalom, Rebbe Nachman said that's called the Zara. No one asked for such a strange fire. No one asked for your no thank you. Just like leave it alone. No one's interested. Like that's not the idea. You go chas v'shalom, go do who knows what, and then try to fix what you did. Right? That's not the idea. So before we get to those, just for the question you asked now is a very good question about in terms of midas and fixing midas. So is gavah the worst midas? So gavah has many disadvantages. First of all, gavah is gematria yud k because it's pogim in the yud k Hashem avaya, which is very hard. Usually, other averas they really hit, generally speaking, vav k. When this is something that can't even hit the yud k. The Beis Avraham explains why gavah is worse than other midas. I mean, the Gemara says, Gemara Sota, right, that Hashem is with us in our tumah. Learn from the pasuk, except gavah. Gavah, no. He's like, we can't live together. Forget it. Can't live with this guy because, man, that's what I'm saying. Because you throw Hashem out, you want to be the groceries. I want to be in charge. Okay, if you're in charge, well, whatever. But Hashem's not. Hashem's not gonna like what. You don't have enough space for enough space. You have to make space for Hashem. It's the right. The Kotzker is there, right? The Kotzker. Someone came to the Kotzker and he said, the Kotzker said, "Where's Hashem?" He said, "Wait a minute, Hashem's everywhere." I think that's so beautiful. But yeah, where's Hashem? Hashem's right here. I think that's so true. Where's Hashem? He's like, okay, where's Hashem? He said, Hashem's where you let him in. You throw Hashem, you want to push him in, you're full of yourself, so you can't. So that's number one we see, that's worse than the other midah. Because you see, Hashem's not there with you. It's like very hard, like you're throwing him out. You don't want him, you want to be full of yourself. Point number two, the Beis Avraham of Slanim points out, and others Svarim points out, is that generally speaking, when you do mitzvahs, when you learn Torah, when you do tefillah, when you go up a level, right, that is poison for your bad midas. That is poison for averos, right? You're about taiva, and you're learning, and you're davening, you're connecting, you're getting avekas. It's gonna like slowly but surely fix it. The guy's gonna be like, you know what, I need to make brachas better. He's gonna like, he's learning. He's gonna start to get this place where pasnish, like something. But gavah, he's gonna think like even more and more. What do you mean? You know how chashamayim? Like that's the famous story. You know the story, I'm sure. Rav Zilberstein tells the story. He's brought this whole. Everyone knows this story. I'm sure. I'll say it anyway. Right about the chassan who anyone who was read, they say he's shidduch. He's like, nah, it's not for me. She's not my level. Not my level. Not my level. Almost not his level. So the shadchan was like, listen, maybe you need to learn a little bit about nava. What about humility? So he said, you're right. I probably do. So he spent like a good month or two learning, intensively learning about humility. And then they read Mashiach. He's like, definitely not. So like, what do you mean? He's like, if before when I wasn't an honor, this for sure wasn't good. Now that I'm an honor, it's like completely because that's going on. Like that's, that's there's absolutely no, there's nothing happening here. There's nothing like, he's like, what a joke. You're not an honor. He knows what enough is. It's not what enough. And once we're on the topic, I'll tell you the story I always say from Rav Shach. Beautiful, beautiful story about the sort of what enough is, because there's many, many stories. And of course, the Ma'isa, this is the Bechlal, this is the Akdama. The Akdama to receiving the Torah is a Nava. And the Akdama also, this idea of yeridah tzarich aliyah is also a Nava, of knowing that, just putting your head down and being like, okay, I messed up, but you know what, I'm going to start over. But people that don't like, they like to just forget. To say, no, nothing happened. I didn't blow it. I blew it. And I want to go further. I want to go higher. I want to be better. But, if you did, like Chazal say, you did many averos, do many mitzvahs to counter it. Not out of guilt, just you want to do it. So that's like the absolute kaktava. So Shach, the story of Shach goes like this. There's many stories with Rabbi Akivah Eiger. He was once with the Nesivas in this wasn't story Torah Shach. It doesn't matter. I went through the Nesivas in a shul. They had been in the simcha, the same simcha Shabbos in some strange town. And during the simcha, they called during Shabbos. They call by simcha. Mincha, they were in the same minyan, and obviously who you call shlishi. They're both Yisro. It's either Rav Akivah Eiger or in the Sivas, but Yisro. So they called Rav Akivah Eiger, and he fainted. He was like, me and not, it was the Yaakov Lisa, not the Sivas. He fainted. He felt like. So the Sivas ran over to him and he whispered something. Rav Akivah Eiger got up. He looked fine. He went, said Baruch Hu. So like, what'd you say to him? He's like, I said, they're not calling him over me. He has a bigger community. It's the Yid and his shul and his community. He's like, oh, okay, Yid, yes, there's more Yid. That's right. It's a chashiv. It's nothing to do with me. I don't know whether they chose me or whatever. Okay, but I happen to represent them. So, but the story that Rav Shach, that he was once in a way, on the way into town, and everyone, of course, came out to meet the Golador, and he like turned around. He's looking around. He's like, what? They've never seen a hunchback before? Like, he was a little hunchback. He's like, what? What are the only people there? Like circus? Like they want to see the circus? Oh, they hit the circus. See the little hunched up guy. So it's like they asked Rav Shach. So Rav Akivah Eiger didn't know why they're coming. Like, they came for this. What? He didn't realize. Like, come on, how could it be? It's like he was brilliant. He was not a fool. Only a fool would realize. Even a fool probably would realize it. So what does it mean? He's saying. So Rav Shach said, you don't understand what another gavah are. Another gavah are your attitude. Your real attitude, how you really feel. That's what makes you meet. It's like, oh, he wants another. He knows another. He knows the gavah is no good. It doesn't make a difference. He's still not gavah. It's like nobody can stand it because it has to do with how your attitude is. And it's very, very multi-layered. It's very, very subtle. Different beginners. This is more gavah. This is less gavah. To work in again, it's constant expression of gavah. You have to be very careful to deal with all these things. So anyway, Rav Tzaddok says that the yeridah, you have a yeridah tzorch aliyah. The yeridah tzorch aliyah. Amalek's going to come before you want to do something good. Before you want to get somewhere good, you have to hit with these barriers, and that's why people should never be surprised. It's like, oh my gosh, things aren't going the way I planned. It's not having my plan like this. It's like, of course, this is yeridah tzorch aliyah.
Is there a logic behind it, or just this is the way it is?
There is a logic behind it. Because
actually,
one of the beginners of why is to build more nova. In order to get a new level, you have to have more humility. Otherwise, you can't get it. If there are more kalim, so you're earning more, and you're not holding on by it. Hashem gives it to you as a matan, right? Torah is a matan. These things are all the beautiful things are a matan. So that's a little bit what we're told. Let's say if you read the aliyah, you have to have this. That's why before Purim was even a bigger yeridah, because when you have a big aliyah coming. So you have a big yeridah. So that person that you read it doesn't show where you're really holding. The person is doing better, he's doing worse, doing the work on it. And that's also a bechin. It's called a bris. Taking a bris is to be in a general, not drastic ups and downs, but just like there's up, there's down, whatever. But try to be in a pretty static kind of, not static one, but in a pretty straightforward place where it's not like this gigantic. That's the Beis Avraham. That's the bechin. It's called the bris. We want to be zocheh to have. Stay in the maslul, the regular way, the regular inyan, regular mahalach, and that's very much a part of this inyan of what the Torah is about. The Torah gives us the koach to connect to Hashem and to be able to deal with yeridas and aliyahs. Let's start with Rabbi Akivah. Right, it says Talmidei Chacham Rabim Shalom Ba'olam. I don't know do you know these Talmidei Chacham? Like Chas Shalom. I'm not saying it. Very often they're like people can be very they can fight. They can. People who are not. I do know some people like so. Chazkel Bromsky said when you feel the awe of Torah, it's actually so you feel such a joy and a connection. So of course you can make peace and see everything's relaxed and it's good. Like that's what it means to really be holding and learn. Like so that's what Talmidei Chacham really is. He's connected. It's a connection to Hashem. So that's the inyan of what we're saying. So this is the bechin of you have to know that you read tzorch aliyah. You have to come to a place of anova and of simcha and of connection, and that's what the Torah is about. Like again, the Shlo says it was bring right. The Shifrei Chabad are very filled with this concept, right? Remember the Nosei HaTorah, connect to Nosei HaTorah. It's not just. And again, even if you're not on that level, but you have to be zocheh to wait, to work on it, to want it. If you don't want it, so the Rabbi Shach would say, before you learn, you should say, the Ma'or from the Torah, Yachshon the Moshe is finally bringing this down. The light, I believe it's from Moshe, the light of the Torah should bring us back to good. Should help us do tshuva and connect to Hashem. Like you're having in mind that the or the Torah should bring me back to Hashem, should connect me to Hashem. Right, that's a very, very important point. And like learning the Shema takes time. Many big luminaries. It's in the Gra, Shem Shmuel, Rav Tzaddok, many others as well. This idea of like you can't really start learning Lishma. You learn a bechin of lo Lishma, and slowly but surely you build to Lishma. Chav Lashner equates it. He compares it to when you were going up. You want to get to the high 10th floor of the building. He said you got to start climbing. When you're climbing, so you get there. If you don't climb, if you're not moving, you move. You have to move. You have to want it. You have to yearn for it. So that's a little bit about. That's a little bit about the bechin of Torah and about the yeridah tzarich aliyah, Pashit from Rav Tzaddok Beis Avraham.